This is my transition video for November, and today I'm going to be talking about road trips. So in the last week, two YouTubers that I watch, Alex Day and Jack Burke, both made videos discussing road trips in their own way. And I thought that this was too much of a coincidence / pattern to not talk about it in my transition video in some sort of way. Alex discusses road trips in his video 5 Things I Never Did, and in this he lists obviously 5 things he never did. The fourth one was that he never went on a road trip with Charlie and Michael for 6 months in the US. And one of the reasons that he mentions not doing it is because one of his role models, Steve Jobs, died, and to him that triggered a realization that he should be focusing on his music and things that are more important to him rather than for sitting in a van for 6 months and traveling across the US. Jack, however, had a sort of opposite reaction to that, actually. What he did instead was he quit his full-time job, became unemployed, and decided to rent a van in the northeastern part of the US and take a road trip to California, going through as many states as possible. And so I thought that I would kind of discuss this today and decide which path I relate to most. Would I rather stay and abandon an idea in order to focus on my passions in life and the things that I'm creating? Or would I have the courage to drop everything without somebody prompting me to in order to make the most of the time that I have and to take a new lease on life and try something that was completely unfamiliar? And to be honest, I'm not sure which one I would choose. Now, when Jack made his first video announcing that he was going to be doing this road trip in the US, one of the questions that he posed was, what is the most valuable thing in your life? And I think that's the question where Alex and Jack kind of diverge on their different paths. For Alex, it was focusing on his career and bettering the things that he was already making, whereas for Jack, he decided that the most valuable thing in his life was time, and that's why, excuse me, and that's why he decided to take this road trip and explore. My main struggle with this is that if I'm thinking about that question of what is the most important thing in my life, I don't know that my answer would necessarily be time, but it would be the things that I care about, and it would be making a difference in the world. And for me, with the options being staying and focusing on my passions or taking a road trip, I think both of those things in some way would be making a difference. I don't know what the future holds, and so for having to choose one of those two paths, I guess the commitment of it, the serious commitment to either of those things, to do it or not, makes me a little bit hesitant to decide on either of them. But I would love to hear any sort of feedback on what you would choose. Because it wasn't like Jack was, won a contest or was sponsored to go, as far as I know. It was something that he was prompted to do himself. And that takes a lot of courage and a lot of bravery and a lot of faith in the goodness of people to have very little money and travel across a country that you're not necessarily familiar with. So I don't know. I guess I admire both of their decisions, for Alex to stay and be very committed to his work, and for Jack to take a leap into the unknown and to come out of it very successful. And I'm here as a spectator of both of those ideas, and I don't know which one I like more, and I don't know which one makes me more afraid. I will talk to you all soon. Alright, bye.